and hear that it is okay if that space of pain does not solve itself in 3 or 4 weeks. We got to this place of thinking that grief is something to be solved in a certain time frame by a book and principles that were introduced to us by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. She wrote a book on death and dying, and in that book she talks about the stages of grief, and she actually lays them out. And it's like 5 different stages. Let's take a look at those really quickly. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Maybe when Lazarus got sick, Jesus was in some denial. He did not go. We read that he experienced anger, and we don't see any bargaining, depression, and acceptance. When Kubler-Ross wrote this, it was after she had spent a lot of time with individuals in their grieving process. Later in her career, she explains that she regrets actually writing that book, because we look at it as like stages or steps that we have to go through, and then like you get to the finish line and it's acceptance and it's supposed to be all good. We look at grief as a linear process, and it isn't. And guess what? You may not move through the stages in that order either, and you may not hit all of the stages. They are just examples of things you may feel when you grieve.